Today, I'm transforming an entire ancient city, and this took a lot of time. Also, I don't have Wi-Fi, so I don't have my skin, and as always, sit back, relax, sleep or whatever, and enjoy the content. Lately, I've been obsessed with the ancient art of kintsugi. It's where you take broken things and patch them up with gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to place frog lights all throughout the city, connecting every single broken piece. And now let's head off to do our first task. Our first task is to get every single frog in the game. Frogs use slime balls to breed, so we're gonna have to grab a lot of slime balls. And on top of that, we need buckets. And then we're gonna need shulker boxes to store all the frogs that we get from the buckets. And now is time to find a mangrove. I want to show everyone a trick to finding unique biomes. Usually biomes are linked together by hot, warm, or moderate. Like, you'll never find a desert next to a snow biome. And if you do, you're really, really lucky. So our goal is to find a jungle right now. And there's a jungle right here. Now we gotta look on the outskirts of it to see if we can find a mangrove swamp. That's a dark oak forest, so we're not gonna find anything in there. Honestly, I think we're on a hot streak right now with the hot biome, so let's keep on looking. Perfect, and we found a acacia, which means a mangrove could very well spawn next to it. Warm feet, and there, we found the mangrove. Now it's time for finding the frogs. I also want to collect this type of wood. Oh, that's a bog. I've never seen one of those before. What the hell? No. Really wish we could find a frog though, not a slime. Ooh, we probably would want the mangrove propagule. I cannot find any frogs. Oh, and that's a slime. Stop. Stop bothering me. Just give me frogs. Let's use our vein miner mod to get these roots out of our way. Aren't frogs entirely common in these biomes? It's what I don't understand. I can't find a single frog. Oh, and those are frogs. Those are frogs. I need to get these out of my inventory. Need to grab you, a frog. We're gonna go to your breeding pits. You're in here. Give me you. You're in here and can't leave. Let's get another frog to start breeding these guys. We're gonna need tadpoles of a lot. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these slime balls, start breeding these guys, and they breeded. Eventually they're gonna place down the tadpole thing, which I'm not sure. Place down your tadpoles, guys. There's tadpoles. We take the first one. Oh my gosh. That did not happen. Oops, buddy. I get you're mad about your son, but can't leave. No leaving for you. I'll be back with more of your family members. We want 2 tadpole buckets of each, and that's 1, that's 2, and now we gotta wait again for more. Now we wait. Oh my gosh, and that's our first tadpole. Yo! Look at the tadpole in the bucket. I can't really zoom in on it, but that's really cool. Oh, and there's another one. Hold up. Yes, we got 2. Wait, more than 1 can spawn? Oh my gosh, there's 3. Is there more? Yes! I can't see it. There. I got 4 tadpole from that single time. That's every single one we need. I guess we could just leave these frogs here for now. And now let's put a portal here. That's an odd looking nether portal. Now that we got that portal, let's start our next frog pen, which can conveniently be right here. Let's grab some wood. Now it's time to let these tadpoles grow up. We actually don't have to wait. We can use our slime balls. Let me get more slime. And there's a frog. Now let's get this next one. It's like an aim game. They should be ready? Why? Perfect. Now let me leave this one and go to the other one. Oh, perfect. And there's a lot of tadpoles in here. Bruh, let me take your child. More frogs spawn. Let's now go to the other place. Hello, buddies. And everything should be good in here. Gonna put some buckets of tadpole in here. And now it is time to go to a cold biome. Oh, and of course before we leave, let us set a waypoint. And now that we have those 2, let's head off to a cold biome. Since it's easier, I'm just gonna go to my base and put him right here. Gotta look for the biome. Frozen peaks. Now let us build our little structure. And now with our little chamber built, let us get this placed. And let's use our bucket of tadpole and let us place all the tadpole. Then we can actually get our slime balls and get these guys to full height. If they want to get it to full height, god damn it. Also, you're gonna notice throughout the day with this video, I'm gonna pick up energy because I started this really early and now it's getting later and I'm getting more hyped. And now we should have our first frogs. That's all 3 of the frogs. And now let's get 1 ingredient else for our giant farm. We gotta look for powdered snow. I know I live by a bunch of powdered snow, I just don't know exactly where it all is. Like, I guarantee you, this is some. Yeah, let's look for some more, because that's not enough. And here's some too. Really easy to find. Let's use our last 4 buckets to get the rest of the powdered snow. Let's grab our resources, and now let's head off to the nether. Our portal's hidden, so let's dig down. Finally found my portal after some. Right here should be our basalt delta, and now we can place down our ingredients and let us start building our farm. Now, I don't actually know how to build a froglight farm, so I have my phone right here, so we're gonna try our best. Froglight farms are actually easier than I thought. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is how many redstone blocks, and then 2 on either side. Nah, not even. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 protruding out on either. I'm gonna use basalt because I really don't care. Boom. That should be the collection, and this looks pretty simple. And now we place a ring around. I hope this farm is actually accurate, because actually it won't even be that bad because this is really simple to build. And then 2 around. Next, what we gotta do is, let me check the YouTube short. We gotta place slabs on top, which I think is for the powdered snow and frogs. I'll just use this, might as well. Perfect. We don't have enough, so this is gonna be even more ugly. And now it's time for the powdered snow. It's apparently the easiest froglight farm ever, so I don't know. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. With 1 to spare. Next, we build up the layers too high to encase it, I think. We actually need a lot more than I thought. And apparently, we add the opposing sides. It's not really exact, but oh well, what are we gonna do? Now we also add a iron golem spawn with skeletons. I meant fences. Oh my gosh, we already have magma. Wow. That was instantaneous. I got the farm completely running up now, so let us build this collection system, which I forgot to do entirely, but who cares? Collection systems are usually really easy. It's just a hopper minecart and that's it. Oh, you know what I forgot to do entirely? By the way, this spawn egg, let me clarify, because that looks like I'm cheating. I have a pack called, like, more enchantments, and I can get spawn eggs from mobs with a pull command, and like I can stack up enchantments like this to the craziness. I love this pack because enchantments are what keep Minecraft going for me. So just know I'm not cheating. I am just using my mods, which technically people say is cheating, but I don't really care. I play the game how I want to, and you guys should do the same. Just never lie about it. I put the frogs in the farm, and this farm should be working. Now we have to build the spawn platform. There's actually magma cubes already in the farm, so... Oh my gosh, those are froglights. I've actually never had those before. Here, let's check the chest. Oh my gosh, these are the froglights. Wow, these are beautiful blocks. Oh my gosh, those are beautiful. And let's build a spawn platform so we can AFK this farm. Let me get some of our glass. We'll use blue stain, might as well, it doesn't matter. And let us make a spawn platform. Let's build up. And then now we have our spawn platform. Let me expand it real quick. And let's destroy this pillar because it's pretty ugly. And now let's go up to the AFK platform and wait a bit for these froglights to build up. And let me AFK. I checked something. I was originally gonna let this AFK overnight, but I checked the farm and... Here, let me use my free cam. It's not picking up any of the froglights. And I think the main reason is because we don't wait until the full thing is gone. Let me look how to build a hopper, because I can't be wasting my profits because there's so much. Because that is so little. It turns out it's a lot easier than I thought, so let's build that right now. What we need is, we need a hopper and a comparator. So what we do is, let's put this right here. Let's also replace this rail with a normal rail. I can't really, I'm just gonna take one from here. Doesn't matter if this has a little extra propulsion. Who cares? And then what we gotta do is we gotta put this rail right here to where, put that rail right there. Let's get a comparator and a repeater from wherever. We got our comparator and repeater, and apparently you place the comparator right here. Actually, you place it right there. And then we put a repeater right here, pretty sure. Or am I doing this complete wrong? Actually, I think I did this wrong. We're supposed to put a block right here, right? Or did I place this wrong too? I actually don't know anything about redstone. Well, this is confusing. How do we know this is on? We put a redstone signal through here, then that goes into there. Oh, wait, I think I figured it out myself. So basically, when things are going in through here, this stops the repeater and stops the minecart entirely. We'll actually see it when it comes around through. So when it comes up here, through here, the minecart stops the rail entirely, and it waits until, because this detects that there's items going through this block, it turns off this torch and then turns off that, and then that should be all the frog lights. And now the rest of that stuff is on, and we should finally actually be able to AFK it. But I'm so glad I figured that out, and I'm actually starting to learn redstone. I'm pretty sure this is just a basic switch with farms. It just detects when there's stuff on it. But let me AFK now. Again. But at least we got some of the frog lights that we actually need and did our process. Let's set up AFK and let's do this. I'm back after my AFK session, and let's look at the farm profit. Hold up, let me turn up my FOV and let's check what we made. In total, a lot actually. 762 Ork, a lot. That's all you need to know. This should be a good start, but in the meantime, I am going to set a player up here. Let's do /player, ant venom. Now we got ant venom, buddy. Alright, ant venom, treat my farm with good luck, and I'll be right back in a bit. And now we're entering the ancient city, and now we can start. Let's make our base of operations over at the middle of the ancient city and have a beginning place. With Kintsugi, it looks really good when it's all put together. But right now it's going to be in a very rough state for what it is, but I mean, what can we really do? That's with everything, you got to work towards it and you got to be better. Are these orientation wise? Yes, they are. Let's just grab a bunch because we're going to need all of them. Overview so far looks pretty good, and let me tell everyone the game plan. The game plan is, first thing we got to do is we got to mine out the area. After we mine out the area, we need a king for the area. And then after we get our king, we also get the transformation part of it. These 3 simple steps will be the entirety for the build. This step is the most crucial because this is really important for our ancient city. So we're going to start it with task number 1 and mine out the entire area. The biggest problem with this area is everything is so put together weirdly. I made an entire path around the ancient city, basically cutting out all the nature, all the ancient debris that is all put weird to make the build a lot nicer. We're going to use our vein miner mod and mine out chunks like this. And we got to make sure we keep this straight line because if we don't, it's going to look ugly. We're going to take our frog lights that we got from the farm and start to build the line that we need to build. And let's mine some more. And there's a problem. There's more deep slate. There's more skulk. Let's quickly get rid of all of this stuff. And let us continue to mine our perimeter. And now we got our initial perimeter for this side. Let us make this. Start building our giant line. Bruh. Oh, that's all of our frog lights. That's a problem. We're already running out of that. I hope ant venom has an actual good amount. Luckily we have these 64 to finish our remainder of the farm. Oh, never mind. We actually have more. And now let's go back to this side to start the extra more vein mining. If you guys are curious about my mod list, I will start putting it in descriptions, by the way.
to continue to show this because I want to be honest with what I'm doing, and I am most definitely using a lot of mods. There's a lot of mods that benefit gameplay, but this is more just to have fun in Minecraft because I feel like that's what games are for. And now we are at the other corner, again making incredible progress. Time to mine more ancient debris. I like to say this is also pretty much equivalent to a TNT machine, yeah, but a little more precise. That's one thing I want to say is like TNT machines are like the same level to what I'm doing with main mine. I know that could be cope, but I don't care. And now we are finished with this corner. And let's vein mine the rest of this. Now with the initial perimeter vein mine, let's start destroying this entire place. Holy crap. I have never seen a full iron cluster like uncovered like that. That looks so odd. Wow, there is so much iron there. Jesus Christ, that is something you don't see. Also, there's like so many diamonds in the iron clusters. Maybe they're really worth it to mine if you're looking for diamonds. Honestly, I don't really need diamonds, so this project is gonna benefit me, but like I don't need the benefit. It's the problem with like doing stuff in Minecraft. When you don't need something, they just give you it just because. Like if you're a player that plays a lot of Minecraft, and you don't somehow just have a ridiculous ore chest, I don't understand. Because they practically just give ores to you in this game if you're doing mass clearings like this. Like even if you're not using things like me. Like if you're not using vein miner, like you still get massive like clearings of ores and stuff. Oh my gosh, and that is a mob spawner. Honestly, what type? Zombie. Maybe you could use that for something here. There's so many iron clusters in this area, which surprises me because I thought they were like considered rare. Yeah, I keep finding them. Yeah, look at all this. There's so many iron clusters. They're like everywhere. It's kind of hard not to find one. And that's pretty much most of it cleared. Let me figure out the top part of this so I can start clearing more and more to make this area 100%. Should I do it like this? What I'm gonna do is I am going to try to mine up as far as I can and make 4 separate cardinal points. Like for example, like I mine up here. Let me look at the coordinates of the middle point to check what is really happening over here. I want to get up to -14 to where the cardinal points need to be. And over here we're at -2. Now we are at -19 and this is -14. I didn't realize I finished it. I guess I did. Let's start trying out this layer. I'm gonna block this water up here. Where are we? Am I confusing stuff? Yes, I am. This clearing is taking longer than I thought. Even with vein mine and my vein miner strength brought up to a maximum, it is taking forever to get this cleared. This sheer amount of space is actually absurd and it is kind of crazy. And big problems keep happening, like this water keeps spilling. Like come on, man. Like this stuff is actually absurd, the amount of random stuff is here. And after these blocks, we have finished with the top layer finally. Now with the top layer cleared, we can actually start clearing more and more bottom layers. Let's go down the tunnel and see the grand reveal. And there, holy, like, this is crazy. It doesn't really show with shaders, so I'm gonna take shaders off. This is the room. There is so much ore everywhere, it is kind of crazy. But this is the entirety of the ancient city mined. And there is so many diamonds everywhere, it's actually crazy. I wanted to save the diamonds for when I was recording. Oh my gosh, this is worse too. Let me fix this up quickly. But as I was saying, I wanted to save the ore mining for everyone because this is an absurd amount of ores that is in this entire area. Like I can't even begin to fathom how much diamonds there are. Oh my gosh, that's a lot too. I'm gonna keep these geodes in the air because I think they look pretty cool. And we have the one right there, another right there. We have a lot of geodes. So we're gonna keep this right here and we're gonna finally start mining all of these ores. And let's begin in this corner. Let's give ourselves a stick. I know that's technically cheating, but I really don't care. I haven't even mined a decent bit and I already have a stack of diamonds. The amount of diamonds from this is absurd. I don't know what it is about skulk areas, but the amount of diamonds that spawn are just actually kind of stupid. Like, they're dotted everywhere. There's something so nice playing Minecraft like this. It kind of reminds me of like back then, like when I was like a kid, like just playing on the block game, and like as I am a kid now, but it's that like weird feeling of when you just feel at peace and you feel like tomorrow's gonna be a good day. I'm playing Minecraft right now and it's a good feeling. As much as things are bad happening outside, it's kind of just you playing your game, and there's something so special about that feeling because I'm just playing my game and that's cool. People can't really take away that game from me, and it's awesome. And the fact that where I am now and like where I'm going to be, the future seems so bright and hope is there again. I don't know if that's weird, but it feels really nice. Because I grew up with this game and it was all I played. I didn't really like other games. I played Minecraft. I'm glad I played so much Minecraft when I was young because it made me the person I am today, and mining these ores and doing whatever and making these cool projects makes me so happy because like I watch YouTubers do these things all the time and I've always wanted to do it. Now I'm gonna be that YouTuber that inspires people to do things like that, and I think that is so cool and so special. Like if I inspired one person to play Minecraft, that would be awesome. Like I play this game and it feels nice, and I get inspired to play it all the time from YouTubers I watch, but to be that YouTuber, that'd be crazy. And it feels good because like the one time I actually start blowing up on YouTube, it's for something I love. And I tried so many other ways. I try to be people I'm not, but in reality, I should have just been myself this entire time and I would have been fine. And sometimes, like, that's with life, is like sometimes just being yourself is honestly the best thing you can do. But so many people feel like their self is not for people. Just like with anything you do. Sometimes it's to be corny, sometimes it's to be cringe. It's like that the statement, I'm cringe but free, which is so true. But it makes me happy. For so long I try to be someone I'm not. Now I'm doing cool stuff. I like sometimes think to myself, what if I am more successful than all these other people because I chased my dreams and I did what I loved and I made people smile. What's your career path? Like an old person says to you, and you could just say to them like, I make people smile, I make people happy, I entertain people. And they're like, oh, what do you do? And I'm just like, I make videos. And like they wouldn't understand it, but like they would like see the enjoyment on your face, and they see who you are, and what you do, and they'd be like, I fuck with that's dope. Imagine that. And I used to think to myself a lot, do I really like YouTube? Do I really like all this stuff? Is this the career path I really want to go down? And I question myself so much with all these questions about this. Do I really want to do YouTube? Do I really want to be this person that is on this screen? But it's just like, even when I don't think I do, I always get led back to this. And like I've said to people so many times over the so many years that I'm going to be a YouTuber, but I could never do anything. You know, when you do something and it just feels right. This feels right. I don't want to do anything else but this. There's not a single universe where I am happy doing other things but YouTube. I can trick myself, I can say to myself, I don't want to do this, but in reality, I want to do this. I may be crazy, I may be delusional, I may be whatever, but this is what I want to do. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I am happy. I'm not regretting of my choice and my what I want to say. This is my YouTube channel. Mother Flipper, this ain't any others. This is Crescent HD. Crescent. whatever you want to call me. If you're joining in on this journey and joining the Crescent HD Army, I hope you enjoy it, because this is going to be a long run and it will continue to keep running. And I'm going to be playing Minecraft, but treating it as World War II. We're going to have good moments, we're going to have bad moments, we're going to have horrible moments even. There might be even a moment where I get canceled, but I don't think that'll be because I did something. You're gonna experience this life unfolding with me. You're gonna experience life, and make sure you experience your own too. I want to clarify that, because parasocial relationships are not good. You're gonna experience all this stuff, and it's gonna be a fun thing to play out. Because I'm here to stay. I'm not a moment. I'm not a temporary thing. Crescent HD is a movement. Everyone here, everyone that will be here, and it will be entertaining. It will be fun, and everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa!" I remember when I joined this guy at 10,000 subscribers. I remember when I subbed him at 100, 200, 300, or whatever. I remember when I saw him when he first started his channel, and seeing him where he is now, and then it's just a story that keeps unfolding and unfolding until you get into that moment and you realize, wow, I've been here this entire time. I've experienced this, I've watched this, and I've grown up through this. Just like any other YouTuber, just like the way I did with DanTDM, fucking Markiplier, whoever. I did this. I watched this. I watched this grow. I watched creator blossom. I watched them become more of a creator and attract more and more people. I watched this creator become someone I love. Don't, not love, but someone I hate, someone I despise, someone I don't care for, and someone I just am happy with, someone that cheers me up every time I come home from work. And most importantly, I've just watched this person, because that's the reality of YouTube. You can't over realize it. You really just watch this person. It's a mentally ill person that can't really focus on anything but entertaining. Someone that unhealthily does YouTube until they blow up because the amount of effort and content they put into it, and then boom, you see them become rich and famous, and you watch this person. They're people too. They're just like you and I, but you watch these people. Interesting concept as humans we created. You've watched a person, someone you don't know, someone you will never know probably, someone that is just somewhere else. I can't even blame people for coming up with parasocial connections, because sometimes these creators, oh my gosh, that was a lot of diamonds. Sometimes these creators are there more for you than your parents. I bet during my entire YouTube career, I'll raise a couple children. Not saying I want to, because I feel like this is such a wrong way to have people watch your content, but I will probably teach some fundamentals that parents should have taught their kids, just because I make Minecraft videos. And at the end of the day, that's cool. All of this is really, really, really cool. The fact that we live right now, that we are living in this moment of just like where everything and everyone is online and can be interconnected with every single person. There's no person out of your reach now, besides like an old guy in Zimbabwe that has no fucking internet access. Realistically, you can meet any person you ever wanted to meet. I can meet YouTube creators I've always wanted to meet. Like one YouTuber I've wanted to meet for the longest time is a YouTuber named Jay Schlatt. Not to be parasocial or whatever, but this creator taught me core beliefs, core ideals, what to do as a person, and he never really wanted to do that, but he did. I watched it when I was younger, listening to the weekly slap and understanding what it was like to be an adult, and that helped mature me so much. It taught me editing, it taught me realization, because originally I was just so dead set on unhealthily doing this stuff until I watched the one weekly slap episode talking about sometimes content creation isn't for everyone. It made me think that's someone I want to meet. Not weird where I've touch them, but like to a point where it's just like out of respect, because that guy does not know what he did for me. As much as he didn't want to, he did it for me, and I appreciate him for it. There's so many other creators I can think of. Big one was PewDiePie, another creator that like showed me what it was like to be a person. These people that they may be completely different, in their rooms. You know what? I decided enough yapping. Let's just remove these ores real quick and actually start the build. But goddamn, there's so many. Let's put these guys at the middle point. I finished mining all the ores. There was a lot, so I'm gonna present to you every single ore I got from the ancient city right in this chest. Holy crap. That's a lot. The amount of diamonds is actually kind of insane. Everything here is kind of crazy. I couldn't actually fit all of them in the netherite chest, so I had to put some aside like that one and these, and that's every single ore. That was a lot. Now let's take a look at the ancient city and see our progress so far. And this is our progress. Well, I didn't mind these ores, I forgot. Hold up, give me 1 second. There's still dots. Honestly, I don't really care about them, but whatever. This is the cleared end city. Without shaders, it's a lot more clear, and this is really, really, really impressive. There is so little in here, it needs to be filled really quick. But before we do that, we have to do one of the most important tasks that I mentioned. We have to have a king for our ancient city. So let's do some interviewing right now. Let's find a village and get our king. Let's enter the village nicely. I'm looking for the king of this village. Iron Golem, do you know where the villagers are? They're all dead. Next village. And now let's look for a king right here. I think that's the king. Sir, would you like to be the king of my ancient city? That's a yes. Let's bring him. You're gonna be the king of a place that it's kind of scary, but you'll like it, I promise. Welcome to the Grove, sir. Do you like the Grove? This is a beautiful place, isn't it? What's your thoughts and opinions? No, you're not leaving. This is the Grove. This is a very beautiful mountain range that is in the Grove. That's our master tree. That's a bunch of enemies we want to avoid. And we gotta go to our secret base, which isn't very secret, but welcome. Sir, this is our beautiful storage system. Over here is a zombie. Say hello, zombie. Right here's all my kitty cats. Hello, kitty cats. Here's all my dogs, and let's head down. Mind the bumpy ride. This might be very, very bumpy. This is your city. Now you're gonna reside in here until I build your actual city. So I hope you like it. No, you're not. You're not going. Sir, I hope you enjoy your stay for the meantime of our tough establishment, and can't wait for you to be a king of a ruling village, aka a prison camp. King, slay in that hole, and I have to build the rest of the city. Don't look at me like that. And now that we're done with this task, our next task is to build a giant floor for the entirety of this bottom. Now, the block of choice that I really want to use is, and we finished the floor. Now is time to make the walls. I'm gonna do that real quick right now.
I made some rash decisions last night. I destroyed all the grass and replaced it with concrete. And today, I am going to repair the city. But first, before I repair the city, I want to show a couple features that I was thinking are really cool about ancient cities. First is I want to introduce you to the courtyard, or a basketball playground. Basically, I'm going off on a whim here. I'm going off on a whim here. This right here is a courtyard. The reason is because it's so much smaller than the other buildings, but there's a lot of them around. Like here, this is another courtyard. This is where like grass and like different animals would be or whatever. So we're going to try to repair it to its original area. There's going to be a lot of frog lights here, but that's fine. Next, I want to show you where I think is another thing cool about ancient cities. You know how there is these gray paths everywhere? I like to think that this gray wool was a different color. It was most likely definitely a different color to match the lantern color scheme. I'm thinking the color right here is over here in this area. I'm thinking the color is blue, whatever, like all this stuff to match the original Steve build. that's the color of this stuff. And there was a lot more wood in this area than there's like to be talked about. Like, definitely there was more wood separating all these different things, these gates and everything. There was definitely ground right here, and here, I want to look for one other thing. With the ancient cities, there's a lot of weird misconnections like this. I like to think with this misconnection, there was a wooden gate right here. One that goes along this axis and kind of connects these two into each other. So, like, there was separation of the city. And since it's an ancient city, the dark oak got destroyed, unlike that stuff. And this wall was a lot more put together. Obviously, it's pretty much destroyed, but I want to put this back together. And there's a bunch of other, like, cool different things that I think just were lost to the test of time. And the main reason why I think the wool was this color is because there is remnants of this color. I'm purely going off of this. Obviously, it may be a lot more different than we think. This is my best, like, what I want to do. So the game plan has changed. I now want to change the color of the wool. I want to repair the structures to its former glory and make this overall look like an actual city. I'm gonna incorporate wood into the build, and I am going to try to fix up that monument to its former glory. Biggest thing that we're gonna destroy is blocks that are stairs and so clearly just withered down like areas. Like, for example, like this obviously was it. There's blocks like this. This was not a... Actually, it was. There's like some blocks that shouldn't be what it is. Let me find one. I can't find any, but you get what I mean. So the overall build so far, we're gonna still do the Kintsugi, and then on top of that, we're gonna add some wood features to block off different sections to rebuild. Things like this will be destroyed forever and never to return. There will be new wool in the city, and there will be better entrances and more wood features in the ancient city. So I'm going to grab some of our frog lights, and I am going to start repairing our ancient city. Let's do this. Guys, I have done part of the ancient city, but I want everyone to get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Basically, this is like a ghost of the structure, and I still haven't placed the carpets, but it's basically what these represent is all the missing blocks, and it's looking really cool. Eventually I am gonna find a connected froglight texture pack, because this like looks everywhere. It's kind of not blending in pretty well, but so far so good. It is looking pretty cool. I repaired this structure, which kind of was the main warden head, and then I added whatever. I'm starting to repair structures that are more complicated than the rest, but I've just been placing so many frog lights and slowly understanding how this ancient city was built. Like, yet I haven't decided what is here. I think there was a tower or kind of just like a giant gazebo, because these are just pillars, which is weird. From what I could see, this is like the main entrance area, and oh, I can actually see on the other side. It was another pillar. So it's a main entrance area. There is 5 pillars on each side, and they kind of lead into the middle, which is where my base is currently set up, into this giant area. This is everything I've done so far. I haven't completed this section. I still have to finish the top of this structure right here and the middle platform and all that. I don't know how I'm going to do these cobblestone walls or the top. I might change the top, but I might keep it to what vanilla has. And so far so good. One thing too, this area right here is kind of like a divot, and there's like a section here where it keeps it. It's very unique for what it is, but so far so good. I think I might do these pillars first and like tackle it, because they're the easiest builds, and I don't really have to incorporate other blocks like stairs, like these pillars are going to need, or
different textures and all that stuff. Like, the hardest build I've done so far was this, and I couldn't really tell what was going on here because it was so broken, so beaten down, that I ended up deciding that there's a secret room right here. There's the main altar area, for what I can see, and this was pretty hard. I didn't know what to do on the end cap, but I just left it as is. I think there's a gate here, but I'm not sure. But so far so good, and I'm gonna do these quickly first and come back to you when I'm finished with them. See you in a bit. Hello. I finished with the main part of the build, like all these different tracks. I want to switch up what I'm gonna do with the glowstone, because originally I was just gonna do the blue wool. I'm thinking of just doing a different colored frog light and then calling it a day. And then after that, we're gonna do total transformation of everything. I finished. Now is the rest of the structure. This is starting to look pretty good.
Hello. Guys, I have some good news. The video is behind, but it doesn't matter. I finished the ancient city restoration, and it's looks pretty good. So let's head down to the city through our tunnel, and let's fly down. I expanded it a little more, and boom, boom, welcome to the ancient city. At least when I got off, it was fully restorated. I may have missed a couple things. I present to you the ancient city project of every building being restorated and everything being back to how it was, but in this ghost-like form. And it looks really cool. We have tunnelways like this. You go into the main center. It's all repaired. Then over here, you have different buildings such as the altar building, smaller ones that I built up to like little castles. Like for example, this altar is fully restored. You have in here, very beautiful. More and more. There's some parts where I had to completely restore, like this. And just overall, this whole place is really cool. You have the marketplace, which I had to build up, and the main entrance all the way up to the warden. This overall is one of my most impressive builds I've ever done. This took me hours. I placed like 10 to 20k frog lights, and oh my gosh, this was kind of crazy. I left the geodes from when I ore mined because I feel like they add some coolness to the ancient city, like little lights. This room is going to be more decorated as time goes on, obviously, but I think overall this is one of the best like ancient city restoration projects. I'm gonna pat myself on the head because everyone tries to go for this. Let's bring it back to its former glory, not respecting the time that has passed. But in reality, the cool thing about the ancient city is it's a thing of the past. So what I did is I left most of the old ancient city and just repaired the rest with almost like this where stuff would originally be. And I'm very proud of this. And next episode of my Minecraft world, we're gonna do something cool in the ancient city to add a little more life. And to give a bigger hint, it relates to the king down here. There's a reason I got this guy, and that's for the future of this ancient city. Don't shake your head, boy. But if you guys want to like and subscribe, I would appreciate that because this project was so fun. That's it. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.